Folks, here's where it all started. South College and Washington Street, 1857. The first building for First Baptist Church was built, and it's been a wonderful journey ever since.
Covington Baptist Church was established in 1839. There were several locations. One of them was in 1857. It was on the corner of Washington and College. After we moved from the Washington and College Street, a building was built on North Main in 1886. We were there approximately 24 years.
In 1910, we moved from our location down on North Main to this location. And then we're here in that building until 1961, when we had a big fire late at night. My wife and I lived on Maple, and we came up and watched the fire. We were over in the old post office, the existing post office, and watched it. And it was very, very emotional to see that take place. The church that we had only been members for about 3 months. In fact, I guess you could say we helped set this church on fire.
It was very cold that night, down below zero, and the water would freeze as the firemen would try to put the fire out.
I was approximately 8 years old when the old church burned that was on this property before this current church was built. And I can recall very much being a part of that old church building here. And then when it burned, we were able to move into the Ruffin Theater. Mr. Billy Ruffin allowed us to have worship service there at the Ruffin Theater on Sunday mornings at no charge. And in 1963, we moved into this church, and I can recall marching from the Ruffin Theater down Main Street to our church here, dedicating that church in 1963, and singing Marching to Zion. And I can recall Brother Henry West was our current pastor then, and one of his favorite songs was on Jordan's Stormy Banks, and we sang that when we came into the church here. And those are the memories I have of moving into this church.
When I think about this church building, I think about if walls could talk. It was 1977 when my family brought me to this church for the very first time as a 6-week-old infant. And over the years, I've learned about Jesus and been taught by so many wonderful Sunday school teachers and GA leaders and youth ministers in probably every single room in this building. So each and every corner of this building holds a special memory for me and my family.
Unlike Nicole, I was drawn to this church at an early age. Had some friends that came here and actually walked here, lived a few blocks off the square here, and just came here by myself. My family didn't come. But I remember being just so intimidated when I first made the walk and just trying to figure out which door to come in. That's one thing about this building. So many different floors, so many different doors. But I was led to come to this church, and it was just a pull. Got saved here and had a wonderful time. We shared some good memories.
Some of my first memories of life was in the basement of the what is our old educational building, and I was in Miss Bessie Taylor's lap, and she was rocking me, and I was crying and missing my mother, and she was giving me that security and that love that I could feel, and she calmed my fears, and this is one reason why Sharon and I work in the toddler department now. We think that is a very formative part of a child's early church life, and that they need to be comfortable and security. We try to sit in the same place. We try to be in the same position when children come in, and that's why we do it.
One of the things that stands out also is when Robert G. Lee came and preached his Payday Someday sermon here in this church.
We also have fond memories of this church, for our children were both saved here. They were baptized, and Alicia had her wedding here.
You know, some of the most fondest memories of my life are a part of First Baptist Church, and I can recall the many people that made a major impact on my life and influence of my life were right here at First Baptist Church, and Sunday school teachers, RA leaders, training union teachers, and the various preachers that were here through the years. And the church is you know, we will be moving, but the church itself is the people, and the people who influenced my life hold special memories and always will. And I'm proud to be a member of First Baptist Church.
We're excited about the future. We're excited about what God has planned for First Baptist Church Covington. And while it is sad to think about leaving a building that holds so many memories for us, we're extremely excited, and we're looking forward to the future of this church at the new location, and just extremely excited about what God has planned in the lives of the people of Tipton County.
Today is the completion of Phase 2 at our new location. But folks, it's really just the continuation of what started over 150 years ago. That first building was built with one purpose, and that was to reach people for Jesus Christ. Now, what's behind me? It's beautiful, but it's just brick and mortar if we don't continue what our forefathers started in reaching people for Christ. Folks, it's a brand new day.